To start off class today, we're going to watch a great video that I found on YouTube the other day. So everyone sit where they're going to be able to see the screen, or make sure that you can see it.
Sit closer to me, Paul.
Okay.
I know students can do that, I know.
Can you guys see that?
Hey, Whitney, you there?
Can you hear it?
You there, Whitney?
Okay.
Hi, can I talk to Whitney's husband? Hey, Tim, this is Hank. Yeah, Whitney's boss. Yeah, I was just calling to finalize tonight's plans for Whitney's surprise birthday party. Sure, I can hold. Hey, look, Mama, I can't talk right now. Yeah, I told you I don't work on a farm anymore. Got me a desk job. Well, why don't you just go onto the Google and type in how to slaughter a cow? All right, I'll walk you through it. Just hold your horses. Yeah, I'm pretty sure Whitney doesn't suspect a thing. Yeah, so just to double check, we're all going to meet up at 6 o'clock and then catch her off guard when she gets home from work? Okay. Now, the first thing you want to do is stay out of her way because she's a big old heifer. Yeah, she'll crush you like a Coke can. You know as well as I, she's been fattening up all winter. Oh, and make sure and sedate her before she realizes she's being attacked or she'll struggle something awful. My, how that cow can bellow. Yeah, all of Whitney's friends know about it. Yeah, they're excited to see it go down. Gonna be the party of the year. Whole office is in on it, even the guys down at the parking garage. Hey, yeah, look, it doesn't matter what you use to knock her out, okay? Yeah, just grab yourself some chloroform, tranquilizer dart, 2x4 upside the head.
Tim, pick up, pick up.
Hey, thanks, Tim. I couldn't have done this without you.
Maybe it's a different Tim.
I mean, every husband plans on doing something like this. But how would he actually go through with it? Okay, I gotta go. Yeah, just make sure and kill her quick so she doesn't suffer. We don't want to hurt her, we just want to eat her. Hey, we'll see you soon, Tim. Okay, yeah, hope you're as hungry as I am.
All right, boss, everything's ready for tonight. I've got the blindfold and the baseball bat.
Okay, so who liked that? Why'd you like it?
It's funny.
It's funny? What made it funny?
The fact that Whitney didn't know what was going on really. She thought he was talking to just her husband.
Yeah. So how did her point of view, like remember we've been talking about point of view and perspectives, how did her point of view affect that? Like how did that make it funny? Okay.
Well, first of all, one character was completely unaware of Whitney listening in, and just without the context, without actually really knowing for sure, she assumed some things.
Mm-hmm. That's an interesting point that like his point of view really affected it. Like I'm thinking more like, her point of view, but even his, if he had known she was there, he would have probably handled that very, very differently. Anything else?
Well, I feel like just her point of view as a person, because she wasn't able to like see what was happening as well. There was the thing in the way, so she couldn't see that he was like switching phones.
Yeah.
And so like she said that she thought it was all the one conversation that was going on.
Mm-hmm.
And just with her own like background that she had, she was like assumed certain things, like if you talk about tranking someone and putting her down, or if you call someone a cow, that's like calling them that, you know? Yeah.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Those are some really good points. Like, thank you for picking out some really specific details, like that divider that was there and the two phones. Do you guys think that this video would have been funny if some of those things weren't there, or if Whitney knew what her boss was talking about,
No.
like, wouldn't be funny at all, right? It'd just be like, that's a boring day in the office. Okay, so we're going to watch another one. And this time, does everyone have something to write with? And like something to write on?
Here, you can have half of this.
You can make notes on your phone.
I'm sorry, I didn't have, is that okay?
Yeah.
Okay. Now, I really like what we did with this first one, how we're talking about like what made it funny, and even like specific details that contributed to that. We're gonna do the same thing, we're gonna watch another one. And this time I want you guys to, while you're watching, to take notes and write down specific lines or really specific details in the clip that contribute to the humor. Okay. You guys ready?
Ready when you are.
Fa Mulan.
Present.
Speaking without permission.
Oops.
Who spit in her bean curd? Too skinny. Not good for bearing sons. Recite the final admonition.
Fulfill your duties calmly and respectfully. Reflect before you snack. Act. This shall bring you honor and glory.
This way. Now, pour the tea. To please your future in-laws, you must demonstrate a sense of dignity and refinement. You must also be poised.
Pardon me.
And silent.
Could I just take that back for a moment?
Why, you clumsy...
Okay. Sorry to cut it short. For the sake of time, we're just gonna watch till later. Okay, so before we talk about it as a group, or before we talk about it as a class, I want you to like turn to your neighbors and just share some of the things that you noticed from this clip that made it funny.
Well, so this was like the last clip. There was a lot of things that the matchmaker couldn't see. Like she couldn't see that she just drawn a beard and a mustache on her face, which made it pretty funny.
Yeah.
She couldn't see the cricket.
Yeah, writing on her hand. It was like, because she was looking for the writing on the fan. She's like, oh, but little does she know it's like on her hand.
I also thought it was really interesting of the things that they could see and the reactions that they could see. For example, Mulan, she was like totally blank. Absolutely blank. She was pouring the thing to go. And then even when she was like trying to like wrench it back, when the person who could see overreacted, which was really funny.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I bet if the matchmaker knew there was a cricket in her cup, she wouldn't get upset that Mulan was trying to take it away from her.
Yeah.
Honestly, I think she just should have drunk it.
Yeah, she was just let her drink it.
I also think like the contrast in their characteristics was really funny because like the matchmaker was a really serious like
Yeah.
person, and then Mulan was just kind of
Yeah.
just going with it. Like you could tell I mean, if I had not seen the story before, you could tell she like wasn't so serious about it because she like wrote notes, so she hadn't studied as well.
Mm-hmm.
And she was just trying to relax herself, you know, throughout the whole thing.
Okay, I'm hearing some great discussion. And since we don't really have a bigger class, like I'm not gonna do it, but we're gonna pretend that then like we did the same thing as a big class, and I write down some of the stuff on the board and just make a list of all the things that the details that we pointed out. But, so we've talked about different ways that point of view can make things really funny. What are some other effects that point of view and different perspectives can have in a story?
Suspense.
Suspense?
Yeah.
That's a good one. How do you think it could create suspense?
Well, in the audience, it can create suspense because you're like, I wonder what's gonna happen. Like when he, like, for example, in the first clip we watched, you might wonder what's gonna happen if the guy on the phone sees Whitney. So like for me in the audience, I'm like, oh no, he's gonna, like, eventually he's gonna see her. Like he didn't end up seeing her, but you kind of wonder like what would happen if their two perspectives collide, kind of.
Okay, so there's like this anticipation
Yeah.
kind of build up.
Yeah.
That's good.
Well, and also like in scary movies, they like totally build up the suspense. Like if that was a situation where the guy really was talking about killing her, and she was in the room hiding, then that would have been like super suspenseful. Like if he finds her, what's he gonna do? That kind of stuff.
Have you guys ever seen a movie where like the protagonist is walking into a building or into a room and you know what's in there, but they don't?
No.
It's
And all the people in
suspenseful.
the audience, don't go in there, don't go in.
Any other kind of effects that having different point of views can create?
Well, I think like if you think about chick flicks, there are lots of people that watch chick flicks and at the end they're like, oh, they got together, yay! You know, where then there are the other people that like, oh, this is so cheesy. Like I can't believe it, you know.
Okay, and so that's kind of based on like their different, the perspectives that the audience is bringing to the chick flick. Cool. Okay, so I don't know if I have time to watch one more. We'll watch one more.
Yes.
And we're gonna do the same thing. This one is gonna be a different kind of effect. This is not humor. Who has seen The Lion King? Okay, so if I show you a clip where Simba's on a rock and Scar is talking to him, you guys know what's happening in the story. Anyone not know what's going on? If you don't know what's going on, we'll explain that for you.
Surprise for you.
What is it?
If I told you, it wouldn't be a surprise.
If you tell me, I'll still act surprised.
You are such a naughty boy.
Come on, Uncle Scar.
No. This is just for you and your daddy. You know, sort of father-son thing. Well, I'd better go get him.
I'll go with you.
No. No. Just stay on this rock. You wouldn't want to end up in another mess like you did with the hyenas.
You know about that?
Simba, everybody knows about that.
Really?
Oh, yes. Lucky Daddy was there to save you, eh? And just between us, you might want to work on that little roar of yours.
Okay. Hey, Uncle Scar. Will I like this surprise?
Simba, it's to die for.
Okay. So what was the creepiest line that Scar says in that?
That's the last one.
It's to die for. Why is that so creepy?
Because I don't
It's
know.
really gonna kill them.
Yeah. He set him up to die.
Does Simba know that?
No.
Nope.
He's
But-
eager for it.
Yeah, he's like excited. His perspective is very different from our perspective. We're like, he's gonna die. But he doesn't know that. So that's one example of how suspense can be created by a different perspective. And we're just gonna stop there.